overview of the contents involved. And I'm very happy now because I can welcome the two colleagues of mine who, apart from me, are heads of education EMS, managing this training, national and international, Jens Vatter and Sebastian Autenried. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sebastian Autenried, and I'm one of two heads of education at the GluckerKolleg, and I'm very happy to be here. My name is Jens Vatter. I'm responsible for the international areas at the GluckerKolleg for EMS training. We will focus our presentation on training and different training parts. We would like to show you how you can cover the whole system from the basic to the EMS professional level. The training concept has developed over a period of several years, and I would like to give you an overview of what has happened and evolved so far at the GluckerKolleg. This year we are celebrating our 20th anniversary. It's something very specific for us, the trainers at the GluckerKolleg. It was set up in 1997, starting with a classical personal fitness trainer trainings, then nutrition coaches and daily trainings to keep people up to date. And then in 2010, the EMS market turned out to be so interesting that the GluckerKolleg in Germany was the first training institute in Germany that addressed EMS, establishing an EMS-related training over a period of 1 day. This is how it started. It started at 10 in the morning, was supposed to finish at 5. We wanted to undergo 3 practical units, and then it finished at 5 o'clock. People had more questions than at 10 o'clock in the morning, and what resulted in the fact is that we extended the training to 2 days because we felt that 1 day didn't suffice. The topic was too large, and this was even back in 2010. So until 2017, a lot happened. Jens and myself, we had a feeling it's well received out there. We didn't have anything planned for the weekend. We extended the whole area in 2010. We started with the first 1-day training, and in 2012, here in Germany, we had 9 training courses over a period of 2 days each. And then we had a 1-day level 2. We called it master's course. We integrated it then in 2014, 16 and 17. It increased up to 55 training courses last year, level 1, 2 days, plus a level 2 training, also covering a 2-day period. This gives us the feedback that there is a need for knowledge amongst trainers and instructors, and the way the market grows, EMS training courses also go up. And then this also continued in an international context. There we also started engaging in additional EMS trainings in 2012. Germany, Austria was added, so then the German-speaking region of Switzerland, and then we moved over to Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, where our colleague Yemima set up the training sector for the Arab region and occupied this particular spot, and where we added then training for the Netherlands, Lebanon, Belgium, Malaysia. In 2015, they all took place in Germany, and then in 2016, we further evolved the system. We found licensing partners in France, and we also built them up in South Africa, set up our own training concepts in Greece, in Turkey, in China. And back in 2017, Sebastian traveled to Iran and Poland and spread the EMS concept there. Then Russia. I was there in Italy and Spain. I enjoyed the sunnier side of the training. And now we've got qualified trainers in Portugal, in Estonia, in Great Britain, Australia. And this year we plan to further expand to Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, Peru, the Southern American, Latin American region. It is getting more and more interesting for us to expand the field. What is always there in terms of training is what's lacking is the background. So people move out, venture forward, start training, and do not have a good fundamental initial training. So we build up a basis which goes beyond equipment handling with two possibilities. On the one hand side, just like in France and South Africa and the Netherlands, we can set up our own licensing concepts in the country. So in the global map, you see the countries where we are represented with our own licensing concept. And then you may also ask us to deliver the training course in a specific country with the help of interpreters if necessary. If we can, we do it on our own. We spread this onto the market. Australia is another objective, moving it to another continent with our licensing system. So it's a system which is certified, amongst other things, by Active IQ. This is the European training register, which gives all our participants an internationally recognized training and qualification. And this is our prime objective, because the EMS market can only grow when we share a common language. And this is why we are in close cooperation with universities. Germany is the leading country regarding the conduct of studies in terms of whole body EMS. So we put together the contents for the trainers and instructors to harmonize standards worldwide so that everybody can assume the same training levels, provided that you choose the same provider. So this has been one of our main tasks. Well, the first level 1 training concept over a period of 2 days is based on one precondition. You have to engage in prior studies at home. There is an online test where we check your knowledge, and once you pass this test, you move on to the 2-day initial training course. In level 1, we include 15 modules. We intensely work through in theory and practice. In the 3 days, we've got 3 practical units with a device, without the device, and we linked it up to the required theory, which contraindications go for EMS, how do you plan EMS, what does it look like for back customers, for overweight people, for athletes, how can I come up with meaningful trial training to get a contract conclusion. Our objective is that everybody, after undergoing the training, is able to conduct well-structured and good EMS training to set a good basic standard, that is. Then once you have tackled level 1, there is a possibility of choosing level 2 for advanced trainers, in particular when your ambition is to work more intensely with customers, to have a one-on-one training or one-on-two training and intensify the outcome. So our contents are highly diversified in level 2, all of them building on level 1. So without the level 1, you cannot attend level 2 courses. Contents, for example, include functional training in everyday and in competitive sports. Athletes, what do I have to bear in mind? How do I organize such training? Deepening parameters for advanced forms of training, time under tension. I mentioned it this morning during my presentation, set principles and prioritization training principles. Then intensification techniques, manual resistance training, intensification techniques, also in terms of how do I have a more intense outcome of individual exercises to benefit the customer more. On the second day of training, it's about further spotting techniques, mental techniques, and then how, when I've got access to further equipment, how do I meaningfully include it in EMS training without making it lose its characters? Which devices do make sense and what are the risks of working with such devices? Then when I've got young athletes, as of what age can I train them, how, what do I have to bear in mind? And then partner training applied in practice. How can I train two people at the same time with different levels or different goals they pursue? I complete this course with a practical training exercise so that I get some feedback on where I'm very good, where I've got some shortcomings and have to do additional work. And once you have tackled level 2, things don't stop. What we are planning to do next year is to introduce a level 3 course. This would give us more details, always based on the first 2 levels. In addition, there is then metabolic training for advanced users, a relaxation scheme where I can reap more benefits. What do I have to bear in mind when I want to write my own training program? So these are the topics that will be included in level 3 in 2019. So you can be really looking forward to something. Well, we haven't got enough work on our hands, quite obviously, so we can do it. As of April, starting now, this is this year's April, in Stuttgart, there is a possibility of undergoing a state recognized training for sports teacher, and then with a specific field on EMS. For those who decided to have for those who thought that levels 1, 2, and 3 are quite a lot in terms of contents, but they will then really have to be well aware when they've got the 5 semester training over a period of 5 semesters. It doesn't only include EMS, anatomy, physiology, health studies, practical studies. It's a fundamental training, always in context with EMS. So this training will be possible. It will be my task, a challenge to shape everything in such a way that in the next 2.5 to 3 years, we will send out highly qualified EMS trainers that will move up and advance the whole EMS market as such. Then there are additional training courses we offer at the GluckerKolleg that may supplement EMS training. For those of you who would like to specialize on intense one-on-one training and would like to utilize EMS more or less as a tool, not as a unique selling point, there the personal fitness trainer is the most suitable training path to follow. Then what we also think is very good is nutritional coaching, because nutrition, though your diet is part of it. Customers don't stop asking questions regarding training. And then the coach, the biokinematics coach, where with the body as such, you try to reap more benefits so that the interface between training and EMS can be better closed. And then also one-day workshops that are interesting. Anatomy, which muscle is responsible for what in our body, metabolic training or metabolic disorders, what if I've got a person with what metabolic disease, and then the Glucker Congress that is to take place in May, a one-day further training course covering various topics from personal training, group fitness training, and EMS training is the only one that has got 6 practical EMS workshops. So if you want to do more, you're cordially welcome. Just register. The information is available at our GluckerKolleg booth. Well, and what can we say at the end of the day? We are looking forward to, well, seeing you, meeting you in our training courses and our workshops. So you won't be able to move forward without training. We, the two of us, also undergo trainings. I personally further develop by undergoing 3 to 4 in the year, between 2 and 3. This is what I do, at the time permitting. I can only recommend you to, obtain further training, to take up and digest more knowledge. This is what we would like to impart to you. Always, whenever you start not to further develop, you are not treading in one place, but you are moving backward. So be open to whatever the market offers to you in the years ahead. Keep going, and then you will always be in the loop, so to speak. We will be available for answering your questions in the speaker's corner. You may grill Sebastian. I personally do have an appointment now and cannot stay here. And then I will be looking forward to meeting you during the rest of the presentations here. Thank you very much.